or tiger rather than taking shelter to save himself in a temple of demigod worshipper. Why did he say? Or in the Rupa Goswami quoted in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What is the problem? Why did he say, Rupa Goswami says that Bhakti Rasamrita, it is better to die in a blazing fire than taking shelter in the temple of demigod worshipper. Why? Spiritual death. Prabhupada explained, yes, if you die in the jaws of crocodile or in blazing fire, at least the bhakti sanskar will remain. The seed of devotional service will remain. Whereas if you will associate and take refuge of demigod worshipper, the bhakti sanskar will be finished. Like we have the example of Gajendras, who was in the jaws of crocodile. So even if, of course, Supreme Lord came to save Gajendras, even if Supreme Lord, he would not come, next life Gajendra could get sons. So that's why demigod worshipping is considered very dangerous. But the devotees, they perfectly know the position of demigods. So as this verse is describing the relationship between Supreme Personality of Godhead and demigods, we will briefly discuss about this. What is the relationship between demigods and Supreme Lord? From scripture we find the example, classic example Prabhupada used to give, Yatha Tarunmula Nishya Chanayana. The demigods, they are different twigs, branches and leaves of the tree, and Krishna is the root. Prabhupada also compared the Supreme Lord with Prime Minister and the demigods with the different ministers, looking after different aspect of the cosmic manifestation. In Bhagavad Gita we find Arjun told Krishna, Vassami devas tava deva dehe. Oh Krishna, I can see that all the demigods, they are residing in your body. So in this way we see from the scripture, demigods, they are actually part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Any other evidence we find where the relationship between demigods and gods has been described? Prabhupada gave many analogies in this regard. In Bhagavatam we find young Brahma, Varunendriya, Rudra, Maruta, Stubanti Dibbhai Stabai. That Brahma, Marut, Shiva, they are always glorifying the character of Supreme Lord. In Jagannathashtakam we find Rama, Sambhu, Brahma, Amarapati, Ganesha, Architapada. So in this way we find actually demigods, they are part and parcel of Supreme Lord, they are servant of Supreme Lord. And especially when there is cosmic disturbance, we find in the scripture demigods, they take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we can defeat by these examples, that if demigod, they would greater than Supreme Lord, Krishna, then why could they take shelter of Supreme Lord when there is any disturbance? What is the example? The demigod, they took shelter of, they run for shelter of Supreme Lord. What is the examples from the scripture? Like in Krishna Lila we find that Mother Earth along with Brahmaji took shelter of Vishnu. Any other example from Bhagavatam? Attack of Kamsa. Or? When Hiranyakashipu's influence, then demigods, they took shelter of Supreme Lord. And before churning the Vishnu body Maharaj. And of course we find that Indra, he took shelter and Vitrasur attacked Indra. Many examples are there. So demigods, they are not actually superior. Actually demigods, they give what people want, what we want, but Krishna gives what we need. That is the essential difference between demigods, the benediction of demigods and God. Demigods, they offered what one asked to demigods. Whereas Krishna gave what we require. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu clarified this point. Ami bigya shei murkhe vishay kena devo. If someone even approach Supreme Lord Krishna for material desires, Krishna says, I am the intelligent, Ami bigya. Why I will give him temporary benediction? So yes, Krishna also sometime offer benediction, fulfill the material desires. But when the devotees, he become mature enough so that he would not disturb by all this material benediction offered by Supreme Lord. Krishna also offer material benediction, but not to everyone who can deal with that material benediction. We have the example, best example, Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, he had huge, tremendous material desire. And Krishna fulfilled the desires of Dhruva Maharaj. But when? Not in the beginning. When Dhruva Maharaj became devotee, so that he would not be disturbed later on by all these material possessions. So Krishna also offer benediction to the devotees when they can handle or when they become detached from material desires. Even with the Sudama Vipratra also, the Krishna did not give material possession in the beginning, later on he gave. So to the mature devotees who can deal with material opulence, Krishna offer them material desires. So we find Dhruva Maharaj's example is very wonderful example. In one age, who is the topmost materialistic person, who had topmost materialistic desire in this world? From our scripture we find Dhruva Maharaj. What was the desire of Dhruva Maharaj? Okay, who is the topmost position in this material world? Brahma. So now what was the desire of Dhruva Maharaj? He wanted kingdom greater than even his father, his grandfather, his great-grandfather. So his great-grandfather was Brahma, and who is posted in the topmost position of material world. So he is the topmost, he had topmost materialistic desire. We don't have even little amount of Dhruva Maharaj's desire. We have for laptop, mobile, something little. But Dhruva was the greater kingdom than his great-grandfather. Can you imagine? But now, here the point is that Prabhupada pointed out in purport that even if someone have this mass of material desire like Dhruva Maharaj, he should not approach demigods. You see, Narad Muni, when first met Dhruva Maharaj, he did not directed him, to chant Kuber mantra, to chant, you wanted the kingdom greater than your great-grandfather. So approach Lord Shiva. Why you are asking for? Rather, Narad Muni gave him the mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So he could have directed him to demigods. So our parampara teaches us, even someone have ample amount of desire, material desire, he should not approach demigods. Rather, he should approach Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Bhagavatam clarifies this point. Akama, second canto, Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaradi tibrena bhakti yogena yajata purusha param. Even someone is free from material desires, sarva kama, full of material desires, moksha kama, desires for liberation. In any condition, one should approach Supreme Personality of Godhead, not the demigods. The example, Dhruva Maharaj, Narad Muni is teaching. And ultimately, the demigod worship, as explained in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada also quoted from 7th chapter, demigod worshipper are actually less intelligent, whereas the worshipper of Supreme Lord is considered as great intelligent. What is the verse? The demigod worshippers are less intelligent. Tad antavantu phalam tesham tad bhavati alpa medasham. In Bhagavad Gita, find. So they are alpa medasham. Their medha are very less, alpa medasham. And the worshipper of Supreme Lord, they are great intelligent. What is the verse? Jajanti hi sumedasham. Yaggai sankirtina pravi jajanti sumedasa. They are alpa medasham and devotees are sumedhasam. Why they are considered less intelligence? Because they do contract with their master. You have to promise this much of thing, then I will worship you. Like, okay, I will worship you, then if I will get the result within 8 weeks, if I will get result within 14 weeks, then only I will worship you. So there is condition. Whereas the worshipping of Supreme Lord, there is no condition. Even in the Ganapati Stotra, this is mentioned. Jape Ganapati Stotram Shadbhir Mashe Phalam Gatim. If someone recite the prayers of Ganapati, Jape Ganapati Stotram Shadbhir Mashe Phalam Gatim. Shadbhir, within 6 months, he will get the result. So if someone will not get the result within 6 months, okay, Ganesh, you are bye-bye. So, and what is the Ganeshji's prayer? Jape Ganapati Stotram Shadbhir Mashe Phalam Gatim. That prayer is Vidyarthi Labate Vidyam, Dhanarthi Labate Dhanam, Putrarthi Labate Putram, Moksharthi Labate Moksham. So they have certain condition to worship the demigods. So if the condition is not fulfilling, they immediately reject. Prabhupada, in this regard, Prabhupada narrated very wonderful story how foolish the demigod worshippers are. Prabhupada says there was one person who used to worship goddess Kali, and he was far from severe austerity, penance to satisfy goddess Kali, and goddess Kali appeared in front of him, and he asked such and such boon, and goddess Kali immediately tathastu blessed him with all his desires. So after that, goddess Kali, she told that worshipper, her devotee, okay, my dear devotee, I have fulfilled your desire. Now, please offer me a goat in sacrifice. So the devotee says, okay, my dear mother, I will offer you as soon as I find a goat, bakri. Then he went, the time was passing. After 2-3 months, he was not offering. Goddess Kali appeared in front of me. What happened to you? I have fulfilled your desire, but in return you are not giving anything to me. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mangalita Vishakha Devi ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Gaurnita ki. I have fulfilled your desire, but in return you are not giving me goat. Then that foolish devotee, he replied, my dear mother, you see, goat is very expensive. I cannot offer you goat, it's very expensive. And later, okay, second option, at least you can offer me fig. Prabhupada exactly used this word. At least you can offer me a hog in return. So after few months, first day away, he did not offer any pig. Then goddess Kali again appeared in front of him. She asked, why did not you offer me? And then he said, you see, I have searched everywhere, but pig is not available. It's so clean city. There is no pig. So please give me any other option. Then goddess Kali, she told, at least you can offer me a fly. You see, I have fulfilled your desire, but in return, I am not greedy for all these oblations. But I want you should offer me something. You should be grateful. Then when goddess Kali, she asked for a fly. Then that foolish devotee, he told, my dear mother, you see, there are so many flies moving around you. Why don't you grasp one and take yourself? Why you are asking me? So Prabhupada says the demigod also, they are so foolish, they don't know even how to show respect their own master. We know the example of Bhasmashur, so many examples. Even if we research the Vedic text, we find all the demigod worshippers, mostly they are actually asur, they are demon. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they are demon. Yet people, they are worshipping demigods. So, but the point is, as Prabhupada condemned the demigod worshipping, why does the scripture refer for demigod worshipping? If the demigod, they are not able to give permanent benediction and their worshipping is condemned according to Vaishnava philosophy, why this is referred in scripture? What is the reason? Why demigod worshipping is mentioned in our scripture? Same level. And the Prabhupada explained, Prabhupada used, the Vedic literatures are actually desire tree, which fulfills the desire of everyone regardless of any situation, any condition. Like that is why our religion, Sanatana Dharma, is great, because there is hope for all classes people. Whereas if you go in Muslim religion, other religion, if you don't believe in Allah, you are kafir. So you will be rejected immediately because there is one God. But whereas we have option, okay, if you are not believing in the Supreme Lord, there is second option, there is third option, there is fourth option. But of course that doesn't mean we should not be misguided by all these options. But the purpose is, if someone is unable to worship the Supreme Lord, which is meant for intellectual people, there is option. Through the demigods, he is indirectly actually worshipping Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, Krishna, Je opi अन्य देवता भक्ता bhajante abhidhi purvakam. So they are actually those who are worshipping the demigods. Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, they are also worshipping Krishna indirectly, but their process is abhidhi purvakam. Wrong process. Imperfect way. Why imperfect? Prabhupada says, if there is elevator, why you shall go for lift? They are foolish process. So abhidhi purvakam, but indirectly their process is meant for Krishna. So the point is how one should offer respect to the demigods. We find in scripture even the devotees, they are worshipping the demigods. We find the example of gopis worshipping Katyayani Devi. Prabhupada explained in Krishna book that Kshatriya Vaishnavas, they used to worship demigods in order to run their kingdom smoothly. Any other example? Our devotees would worship the demigods. Bharat Maharaj, what he used to do? Okay, specifically demigod worshipping. Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj along with the residents of Vrindavan once went to Ambikapur in Gujarat to celebrate the Shivaratri. Of course, Prabhupada, very interesting, Prabhupada pointed out here, many other examples we find, like Rukhmani Devi, she also worshipped the Durga Devi in order to attain Krishna as her husband. Gopis. But Prabhupada very wonderfully pointed out that this doesn't mean that we should also worship by following the footsteps of all the Vaishnavas. No, Prabhupada says, yes, if we get chance, if we visit somewhere, if we get to see the temple of demigods, we should offer obeisances, but that doesn't mean in home we will also practicing demigod worshipping. Prabhupada mentioned in Nanda Maharaj first time, Prabhupada says, once Nanda Maharaj along with the residents of Vrindavan visited Ambikapur to worship Shiva. Prabhupada mentioned there, Nanda Maharaj went once, not every year he used to go. So Prabhupada very clearly pointed out that Nanda Maharaj, he would not worship every day or every year. Once he desires, again that time when he went there, that the purpose behind that first time is when that Gandharva came in the form of snakes, swallowed Nanda Maharaj, Krishna came to save Nanda Maharaj. But the point Prabhupada mentioned that once only Nanda Maharaj visited that Shiva temple, not as usually he used to go. We find Radharani also used to worship Krishna Nityam Sangam Artha Padma Bandhu Radhika Madhyam Atma Pada Padma Dasya Dostu Radhika. Krishna Nityam Sangam Artha, in order to get the association of Krishna constantly, Radharani would worship Padma Bandhu, friend of lotus, is Surya Dev, sun god. So we shouldn't be misdirected by seeing all these examples. Actually, Acharyas explain the devotees used to worship demigods. Example we find in scripture, there are two reasons. One is in the favor of Krishna. In order to attain the Krishna's favor, they used to worship demigods who are actually the devotees of Lord. And the second reason is in order to engage the demigods in the service of Supreme Lord. They used to sometimes worship the demigods. So in the favor of Krishna, we find all these examples we described. But on the other hand, in order to engage, the devotees are merciful. In order to engage the demigods who never get chance directly engaged in the service of Lord, they engage them directly in the service of Lord. In Ramayana, the example comes, Sita Devi, along with Rama and Lakshman in the exile for its life, and they came to know that Dasharath disappeared. Dasharath left his body, so Sita Devi offered worship of Ganges, Ganga Mata. But there Sita Devi, she offered prayers, "Oh my dear Devi, you are most purified. I offer you obeisances so that my husband and my brother-in-law along with me, we can return back to Ajodhya after 14 years of successful first life." And later on, Sita Devi mentioned that I will worship you in one condition, if you can fulfill the desire of that my husband. So she put condition, "O Ganga Mata, I will worship you in one condition if you can give favor me on behalf of Ramchandra." So sometime to engage the demigods, because demigods they do not get chance to directly engage in the service of Lord. That's why demigods they aspire to take birth as a human being in this world. So in order to engage them direct service of Lord, the devotees mercifully call them, worship them, so that they get chance to engage in the service of Lord. And as mentioned Bhagavad Gita, Jeyopi Anna Devata Bhakta Jayanti Shraddhyanita, that faith, people worshipping the Supreme Lord, that faith that develops, actually ultimately that comes from Krishna only. Teyapi mam evakantya jajanti abhidhi purvakam. But of course, there is some secret point. It doesn't mean that those whoever worshipping demigods, indirectly they are worshipping Krishna. Is this, those who are worshipping demigods, everyone is indirectly worshipping Krishna? Yes, demigods are representative of Krishna, but that doesn't mean everyone is worshipping demigods, they are ultimately worshipping Krishna. Although Krishna mentioned, in details, there are two ways one can worship demigods. One is by knowing the supremacy of Krishna, one worships demigods. Another one is without knowing the supremacy of Krishna, worshipping demigods. So Acharyas they explain, those who worship demigods without knowing the supreme power of Krishna, their worshipping indirectly goes to Krishna. But even after knowing the supremacy of Krishna, they are neglecting Krishna. Oh, Krishna is not great, Shiva is great, Brahma is, how worship will go to Krishna? And in this regard, one devotee, he told a incident of the Chandidas, the great poet. So he had a brother, Chandidas also, he was devoted to Krishna, he was a great devotee. He had a brother who was a devotee of Devi, Durga Devi. So one occasion he came to meet and he found that his brother is worshipping Krishna. He collected flower to offer it to Krishna. So he was searching for flower to offer to Devi Durga. So he found his brother kept some flower in table and he took that flower, he offered it to Devi. So after a few months he became the great devotee of Krishna. The point was, he was not aware of the supremacy of Krishna and he offered a flower which was being offered to Krishna before, prasad of Krishna. So that is why he became a devotee immediately. So without knowing the supremacy of Krishna, if someone worship, with concern, if someone worship demigods, then they are worshipping converted directly to Krishna indirectly. Of course, Krishna mentioned avidhi purvakam. That is also wrong, their process. So Narad Muni is instructing Prachin Varishad that you should not engage in karmakanda sections, karmakanda activities, and not involve in demigod worshipping. Rather, Narad Muni exactly he instructed demigod worship does not help one to understand the supreme powerful personality of Godhead, because they consider that demigods are powerful. So in order to understand the supreme powerful personality of Godhead, one should not worship the demigods. There is no need of worshipping demigods separately. And Prabhupada also pointed out at the end of purport, the result, the benediction people obtain by the worshipping demigods, that is, in the form of animals, riches, beautiful wives, many followers, and so on. These are actually temporary. Someone, he may get the ample amount of wealth by the mercy of demigod, but next level will become a beggar. So what is the use of all this benediction? If someone become very learned by the mercy of Saraswati, but next level he will become a dog. So what is the use? Next level he will not get chance to write and read, study. So that's the proper. However, one cannot understand the supreme personality of Godhead by such material opulences, if someone engages in the demigod worshipping. So in the consequent verses, we will find Narad Muni is continuing to emphasize Prachin Parishad to engage in the devotional service of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. I will finish here. Is there any correction or question, comment? Okay, today is actually, I think, Rukhmani Dwadashi also. Rukhmani Dwadashi. So I have discussed about Rukhmani Devi. She used to worship briefly Rukhmani Dwadashi. Rukhmani was most dear among all the 16,108 queens in Dwaraka. That's why actually how dear she was. We find Rukhmani Dwarakadish temple, Satyabhama Dwarakadish temple. She was very dear to Krishna, because she could understand the mind of Krishna, not like Brajabashis, of course, better than other queens. She is the one who actually led all other queens to hear the dealings of Krishna with Brajabashis from Mother Devaki. And we know that Rukhmani, simply by hearing the glories of Supreme Lord Krishna from the mouth of Narad Muni, she became devoted to Krishna, simply by hearing. And Rukhmani later on, even Bhagavad Gita told, Rukhmani told Draupadi, the prasanga comes that, you see, Draupadi, all the great kings, Shishupal and other kings, they are ready to give me married with Shishupal. It was decided, and they are ready to any precautions, they are ready with all kinds of weapon, so that no one can come to disturb in our marriage. But Krishna is such a powerful, she gave the analogy like lion takes her kids from the attack of all the animals. So Krishna came like lion, he took me away in his own abode. And Rukhmani is so dear in Purana, this is Rukhmani is what Radharani is in Vrindavan to Krishna. So today's Rukhmani's Devi's appearance day, we will pray to Rukhmani Devi so that we can develop the same kind of or attachment for Krishna like she had. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande.